Hello, I'm Kimberly Berry, a teacher of the visually impaired from Oklahoma Able Tech. Today we'll be learning how to use Bookshare accessible digital text in conjunction with assistive technology to help students who have dyslexia. As a result of this session, you will be able to explain the benefits of accessible digital text, obtain textbooks and other curricular materials from Bookshare, and list at least 3 tools that may help students who have dyslexia. We'll be visiting the Bookshare website in a moment, but before that, let's start with an introduction to AbleTech, in case you are unfamiliar with the program. AbleTech is Oklahoma's Assistive Technology Act program. Our mission is to improve access to and acquisition of assistive technology for Oklahomans with disabilities of all ages. Our services include device demonstration, device loans, training for pre-K through 12 educators, and more. We provide training and assistance to educators, families, and individuals in how to use Bookshare through a contract with the Oklahoma State Department of Education. If you're not sure what Bookshare can do, the best way to find out is to hear from someone who has benefited. We're going to watch a video about Emery and let her tell us how accessible digital text from Bookshare has helped her overcome some of the reading challenges she faces because she has dyslexia.
I would remember getting so angry at myself because I would read something and not have any idea what it meant.
Emery, a Texas 6th grader, is seated in a library.
I remember thinking that I would never learn how to read.
Emery's father, Mac, is seated in the library.
It's painful to watch that in your child. I mean, it was just tears and crying and yelling and laying her head on the table.
Other kids were reading like these stories and I was just like, I don't understand this at all. Maybe I'm just not good enough, until I got tested for dyslexia.
Picture of young Emery.
Emery was 7 years old when she was diagnosed with dyslexia.
Emery's mom, Brandy, is seated in the library.
So because we live in Dallas County and Scottish Rite is right here, we took her there to be evaluated.
Emery and Brandy open books at a desk.
This is our binder from Scottish Rite, and they were handing us, here's your diagnosis, here's some legal stuff about 504s and special ed law, and here's your Bookshare account. What's a Bookshare account?
I remember sitting down on the couch and she was like, we're going to try something new. And then she gave it to me. I'm like, wow.
Bookshare has changed her life.
Emery reads on a tablet.
She has her app set. It looks like a Kindle. Every word is highlighted and she hears the word as it's highlighted and the highlighting moves across the screen.
He's aware of being on his feet with the loud, not really tuneful singing all around him.
She can adjust font color, highlight color, background color. The voice can be altered. The speed can be altered. It is very, very, very customizable.
Bookshare kind of put me in my own world, and I found out that this is how everybody feels when they read.
I think it taught her brain how to track, how to read coherently, fluently, and follow along. And it taught her that there's a story beyond word for word.
Brandy points to a reading report.
Emery has scored Master of Reading level every year that she's taken the STAR tests.
And it kind of helped me build up confidence in myself.
The school announced, hey, we're having tryouts for UIL competitions. And they had what they called ready writing. And it's where you have to write a story. And you present your story to the judges. And Emery came home and said to us, I've signed up to do, she signed up for ready writing. It's the one thing that's, that is very difficult for her to be willing and to want to even enter that type of competition. And then to hear from the judges, that she did very well. I mean, that moment to me is just, it's, just 180 degrees from where we were.
Emery selects a book from a library shelf.
I hope in the future I can read books to my kids.
She loves to read. And that cannot be attributed to anything but Bookshare.
I'm not sure about you, but to me that video is a tearjerker. It not only gives us an understanding of the difficulties students with dyslexia face with reading, but also how they can overcome these difficulties. So let's take a closer look at the reading challenges many students face. At least 5% of students experience a barrier to reading printed books. They need access to the same materials at the same time as their peers, but in a different format. Contrary to what you may think, just making text electronic doesn't always fix the problem. However, accessible digital text can remove barriers. Bookshare is an accessible ebook library that makes reading easier. People with reading barriers, such as dyslexia, blindness, and physical disabilities, can read in ways that work for them on nearly any device. Members can listen to books read aloud and follow along with audio and highlighted text. They can read in large type or even read in Braille. Bookshare offers more than 800,000 titles, with about 5,000 titles added each month, including textbooks, books for assigned and leisure reading, and periodicals. Membership is free for all qualified U.S. students of any age, thanks to funding from the U.S. Department of Education. And there are many free, low-cost, and commonly available reading options. So who qualifies? Bookshare is able to distribute accessible books thanks to a copyright exclusion for individuals with print disabilities. Under recently revised copyright law, an eligible person is one who is blind or has a visual impairment or perceptual or reading disability, rendering them unable to read printed works to substantially the same degree as a person without an impairment or disability, or is otherwise unable, through physical disability, to hold or manipulate a book, or to focus or move the eyes to the extent that would be normally acceptable for reading, as determined by a competent authority possessing experience in making such determinations. The good news is that many educators do meet the definition of competent authority. Members have many reading options. They can access Bookshare files on a desktop, laptop, or Chromebook computer using the free Bookshare web reader. They can also enhance the experience with Chrome extensions, such as Read and Write for Google, which is a text help product, and Snap and Read from Don Johnston Incorporated. CaptiVoice is a software program offered on multiple platforms as a free service, which is upgradable. Microsoft Immersive Reader is free software which can provide accessibility features to Bookshare files when downloaded as Word docs. Tablets and smartphones can often provide a superior reading experience through book reading apps such as Dolphin Easy Reader, which is free, Voice Dream Reader, which has a very reasonable price of $14.99 and has companion apps for writing and scanning, and CaptiVoice, which has limited features in the free version but offers additional features for a monthly subscription fee. Using Bookshare is easy. Teachers log in, add qualified students, and then assign books either one at a time, or they can assign access to ready-made or custom reading lists. Students are then able to log in, see the assigned books and or reading lists, select a book, and read. Getting started is also easy. Go to www.bookshare.org, create an organizational account, or join an existing one for your school. Add your qualified students, assign books, show students how to log in and read. Bookshare provides many ways for you to get help and support. On the website, under the Help Center tab, are options for requesting a book which is not found in the library, providing user feedback or asking a question via the Contact Us form, and the Learning Center, which has an Educator's Get Started guide, videos and how-to guides, and resources for professional development. You can even get help over the phone by calling area code 352-0198 during their office hours, which are Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Time. Assistive technology may be needed for your students to read their materials, and trialing devices is a great idea so that you can determine what will work for a student before making a purchase. Literacy tools and suites can be accessed online for free or trial periods on school-owned devices, or you can do a trial using a borrowed laptop or Chromebook. Likewise, you can borrow an iPad to try out a book reading app. There are also standalone text reading devices which can be useful in situations where students need to read text in handouts and books which are not available from Bookshare. The C-Pen Reader Pen looks like a pen, but actually scans text and reads it aloud. The Omni Reader is a scan and read device, which can snap a page at a time and read it out loud, among other features. AbleTech loans devices for up to 6 weeks at no cost, including free shipping. You can submit a loan request at okabletech.org. If you have questions, please contact Oklahoma AbleTech at 800-257-1705 or visit www.okabletech.org. You can also reach me directly at area code 405-744-8342 or email kimberly.berry@okstate.edu. Thanks for your attention, and I hope you'll start using Bookshare and tools for reading right away to help your students who have dyslexia.